All right, I'm gonna start this recording early. Again, I'm gonna title this something along the lines of some offense, defense, whatever. I'm gonna talk about the beta, my biggest thoughts on it. Biggest thoughts on the beta, honestly. Offense is overpowered. Now, I think if you guys didn't watch my latest video about the notes and all that stuff, um, the big thing was you had access to pretty much Hot Route Master. Hot Route Master, you have every route. You have like the route tree. There's a whole bunch of different routes, and it allows you to be super creative. So I think there is going to be a wide meta, or a variety on the meta. Excuse me. I mean, they took away some routes. Flat routes aren't a hot route anymore, so that is pretty huge. On top of that, you have um no speed outs on the outside, guys. You only have speed outs on the slot, so that is also something else to keep in mind when playing. But anyways, get super creative, and I think a lot of the offensive books are really good. Now, defense is tricky. Okay, defense. If you are a comp guy, or even if you're, you know, if you play a lot and you know the fundamentals of the game, how to pick up a blitz, all that stuff. There is no defense in this game. If you are a casual Madden player, you will get screamed at because the way um, the blitz protection, IDO, and all that stuff works. You have to do certain things. There's an untarget, like you untarget the user, which is, a lot of people, they just like the quick snap or just call it stock play. So, um, untargeting the user is a key part to Madden 26, and when you pick up blitzes, at least it is in the beta. When I didn't know how to use any of the mechanics and how they all worked. I was getting screamed at every play. Once I started figuring out the mechanics, figured that out, I picked up every single blitz. There is not a single blitz unless there is a numbers advantage that's going to give me problems. So there is that. Defense in general, people were worried about custom zones, being not being able to call them in time. I don't really think that is too big of an issue, due to the fact of all the stuff you have to do pre-play on offense. When it comes to picking up the actual blitz, trying to think of what else. Picking up the blitz, certain plays are already you're half slid already. So, like verticals is a play you are half slid to the right. So you don't want to be half slid to the right all the time or whatever way you're half slid. Because once there is a good blitz, more than likely it's gonna get screamed at because of half slide right. So, um, it's gonna take them time to go to the right protection so no one's sliding any certain ways. Then you have to actually hot route, and then you got to untarget people and do a whole bunch of stuff. So I think the quick snap factor is gone. Custom stem zones, though, is zone coverage better? I don't know. People have so much time in the beta. The guys that I'm playing Kobo, I played Zombies, I played Kobolds, who made a lot of money back in Madden 23. He's been, sticking around Madden 24, Madden 25 as well. So these guys, they're going to be able to, they have cover, or they have plays, they're going to beat every single coverage shell, no matter how much time, they have. So, I mean, and now just imagine I'm not getting any pressure. So I can't really have anything on zone. Um, with them giving so much time in the pocket and letting things develop, it's gonna be hard to guard anyone. Trying to think of what else I can talk about in the beta. Quarterbacks can't throw. That's normal in the beta. I don't know why they always do this. The beta, it will never be the same game or the finished game and ready. It's always a game from January, excuse me. So they're always like 7 versions ahead of what they're releasing at game time. But what we get is a January version. I'm trying to think of what else I want to talk about. There was a decent amount that I did want to talk about. What? Why can't I think of it? No, I can't think. Nice, do it. Offensive playbooks for the most part super cool. Oh, route committee. I didn't get to use it, but when I was using it, it wasn't only one player. I was actually getting the whole team. Um, I have to play with that mechanic a little bit more. I figured out how to do it late because I wasn't popping up for some reason. I will have to get back to you guys on that, or we'll make another video where I talk more because the beta's around for a long time, so I get to talk about that. Shading I think is important, at least in the beta. Uh, I think if you do shade the correct way, you do get rewarded a lot. If you shade inside and they throw a post, I do think it does play a little bit better. Man-to-man coverage, barbecue chicken. I played regs and it was absolute barbecue chicken I mean, I put any route. I put a fade out there. I put a wheel. I put a return route. Return route's really good. One of the new additions to the to Madden. Excuse me. My mouth is super dry. But one of the additions, man, I think another great route, and you can just get super creative. Custom stemming, switch sticks, still pretty much the same. Um, Damn, what else do I want to talk about? QB releases really bad. Some quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield still got the best release. Play with Trevor Lawrence, dog shit. Hot routes were still broken again. Might have just been something that they haven't fixed yet. Um, but yeah, that is like pretty much my takeaways. I think this is going to be an interesting year for Madden. I think it is going to end up being a more defensive game. Stunts, that's the other thing. Stunts, I don't think really. It's hard to tell because I felt like stunts worked when there was no pass protection set up. The moment someone set up pass protection, um, stunts I think were just they went to shit. I think the line started just picking up. It didn't matter. The moment there was no pass protection or someone tried to quick, I think stunts were working. So that was cool. I'm curious to see as we figure out the game, we get the finished product. What else will happen? Oh my god, I fumbled. Uh, that was cool. Abilities, I didn't really recognize anything too much with abilities. I really didn't care. I've kind of got to that point where I'm just kind of trying routes, trying to see what works, what looks good. And I think what's going to come down to when it's go time and figuring out what you want to do, finding a playbook with flat routes, sharp posts. Every playbook, in my opinion, has really good corner routes that you can stem. Um, and just maybe unique motions. I think unique motions will end up throwing off man-to-man coverage. So something like that. A lot of people were asking me, "What do you think about gun normal out close, trips, tight end, flex?" Um, I don't think they're gonna be good in my. Or I think they'll be serviceable. They'll be serviceable. Um, I don't think it's gonna be the best. I see this being a tight formation, maybe in a bunch formation year. Excuse me, my mouth super dry. But I see that just because those stock routes are better. And everything that was good about normal is in every other playbook. PA snack, you really don't need play action blocking this year, or I just don't even think it matters anymore. Play action blocking, so you don't need that. PA snag, every playbook has a sharp post, so there goes that. Y sale's not as effective as it was, so like they just made or they kept gun normal off close the same, and they made other formations just even better. I mean, you got formations like U trip, you got formations I mean, bunches that are super good. And I think it's just missing a lot of motions to attack other formations. So that is my thought process on that. I don't know if trips will be good. Running the ball. I don't think running the ball is really that good. I heard some people were struggling with it, stopping it. I was doing really good. Granted, the people I could have been talking to were running dollars, so I wouldn't. I take that with a grain of salt. Dollar looked really bad in the beta. Doesn't mean it's going to be bad in the game. I mean, Dollar's been good for eons and eons and eons. And I don't know if it will change. Maybe it might not be the meta, but it could be a meta. I'm just going to let this go down. I really don't want this guy to quit. So I'm going to keep him in the game, honestly. I just kind of want to record and whatever. But yeah. Trying to think of what else I want to mention. What else would I like to What do I want to mention? Um, like, oh, movement did seem a little bit faster. Also, I feel like the when you rack, I feel like you get a speed boost. You get more momentum going your way when you get a rack, and it's kind of hard to catch them. That was something else. But no, I just think it's really cool that they have all these different hot routes now in the game. Allows people to be creative on offense and defense, or on offense. And I mean, we have so much on defense. We just need to figure out. I don't think we're gonna figure it out even in this beta period. I mean, it's gonna be a while before we figure out defense. There's so much that we can do, man. So much, bro. And like people are talking about, oh, defense is ass. We can't guard anything, bro. We got to give ourselves some time. If you guys are playing the beta, don't worry about it. We're all like, bro, we haven't messed with a custom zone. We've never had. I mean, we've had zone drops, but like we've never been able to really, you know, have full control. This is the most control we've had over defense in a while. So give it time. figure it out, mess with some things. I think defense should be the number one thing is trying to figure out because I think the moment people figure out defense and there is a meta as I just roll out like a moron, I think offense gets really hard. I think offense gets really hard and it becomes more of a defensive game, and the best offense players will win, in my opinion. So there's that. Um, things that I'm doing on the beta to get better. Use a variety of playbooks. Don't just and I hate the people that just use normal. Like everybody knows how to run normal. I mean, there's gonna be some things that switch up in normal. Run different books. Get used to it. I ran a book. I ran the Jets playbook today in the beta, and that book everybody was raving about. I thought it sucked, dude. Like people gave me combos, and I couldn't. I hated it, dude. That book was just not for me. People were like, I got in bunch strong and Chargers. I love bunch strong. I was cooking in it. Just get familiar with the game, see what works, see what doesn't work. So that is my biggest thing for you guys to do. Get into different defenses, bro. If you're getting dotted, so what? Everybody's probably gonna get dotted. All right. Get hopping 3-4 odd, hopping 6-1, hopping dollar, hopping 1-4. Try different things. That's my biggest thing. And it also just helps you become a better Madden player. You guys are going to be able to freestyle, come up with things on your own when, shit gets tough, when, you don't know what to do. You guys are going to be able to, apply some concepts that you guys figured out, or apply concepts into these new books, flood concepts, mesh concepts, high, low, reads, shit like that. Work on your spacing in other forms. So that's kind of what I do in the beta. Just apply everything that I know. Be like, okay, let's see if this works. Doesn't work. Try out different routes. Motion, shit. Just try shit. Get familiar with the game. That's the only way you guys are gonna get better. Getting familiar with the game. People think, if you don't ever switch what you run, you'll never get better. If you're just copy and pasting what someone runs. Even, I think, bro, I do that sometimes. I see someone call a couple plays, I'll take it from them, but I go and call it a couple times. Why does this work? Shit like that. So, what the fuck is this? Okay, trying to think. Is there anything else? Whether I didn't get to play with wear and tear, didn't really realize it. It's in the game. I didn't really realize at all about wear and tear. Maybe I'm wrong. The rookies are bad right now. Like Travis Hunter is 89 speed. I don't think his ratings are up to date. What else can I talk about? Talked about abilities. Oh, the coaching stuff. For people who use coach suggestions, I don't think many people watch these videos right now. I'm gonna say anything, but coach suggestions, like it kind of tells you like off like your tendencies and your opponent's tendencies what plays you should call. They like highlight them in blue, which I think is actually kind of cool. As I get another interception right there. Beautiful. So yeah, super cool. And yeah, GG's. I think that pretty much covers it all. Shorter video, 13 minutes long. I think this guy's gonna quit, right? Maybe not. If not, I'm gonna just figure out more stuff to talk about the beta. GG's. All right, boys. I appreciate you guys for clicking on this video. If you guys enjoyed and are excited, have any questions about the beta, I will try to answer it all down below. Until next time, I'll catch y'all. Peace. And I'm done.